such a hard worker. And you gotta love the guy too, he's got a beer sponsor. Carlton Dry, and he doesn't even drink beer. So he's a great guy to be on tour with as he starts out with a big flatliner into the double-double and into the cliffhanger, no-hander, looking for that base jumper, but the wind is just not going to let that base jump trick happen tonight.
And look at the people on the sideline as he passes by. They're just getting their arms in there, they're waving, they're clapping, they're screaming, they're yelling, and this is just fantastic for Sheehan because he's got the hometown crowd on his side.
Oh, nice. Throws out a whip, goes super long there. Wow, Sheeny, just take a deep breath there, bud. You got lots of time. 1:23 left on the clock. Oh, no!
Oh, wow. My God, I thought that wasn't going to make it.
I thought that was
just tagged the knuckle of the landing ramp with his front wheel in time.
Josh needs to take a really deep breath right now. Throwing out the 360 heel clicker. He says, deep breath, hell no. I'm doing a 360 and throwing in the heel clicker.
Watch out for it here. No, he's going for the longer version.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
This is going to be the battle of the two best kiss of death backflippers we have here, Red Bull Xfighters. Levi Sherwood and Josh Sheehan, they both extended out so much.
Whoops.
Little whip out, looking over the crowd, checking the judges out.
And let's not forget, too, that we'll also be awarding the Swatch Best Move Award later on. And I'm going to kind of guess that it's going to be that double backflip because that was picture perfect.
Here we go!
Again! He does it again!
Wow!
Well, twice in one competition.
No.
It's amazing. It's absolutely incredible to watch that live and in person. You have no idea how nerve-wracking that is for us to watch it up here. And then he just keeps going with this run. Finishing off with an absolutely beautiful turn-down race-style whip.
Wow.
Andy Bell, we have just seen madness on course, not once, but twice at this Red Bull Xfighters final here in Sydney from 2011, and the people are freaking out.
They are freaking out here. Their countryman, Josh Sheehan, just busting a second double backflip. And what you were talking earlier, he actually did the mini flip over there off the knuckle by the wall ride. So not only did he do the double flip, here it is right here. He did a move that only one other guy in the world can do, Travis Pastrana, doing that mini backflip. And that's where we thought, oh, the Cordova backflip rotated so slow. He does a 360 heel clicker. Sheeny really brought it all.
Yeah, in that 2-minute run, you know, he had enough time to move around a bit, but at the beginning of that run, you said so even, that he needed to settle it down a bit, and he could have been still thinking 75-second mode, and then he realized, oh, wait a minute, I still got time on my run, settled it down, and really brought it home nice.
Wow, look at that kiss of death flip. Very, very nice. Great landing. And here we go again. The sky shot. Double backflip. Spots his landing. Oh, look at how hard he lands.
I mean, look at the amplitude he's getting off of that. He's doubling what the normal height is for that jump on a backflip because you have to.
That's a super kicker, which is so steep to start with, and then it's jacked up almost 24 inches. You see it dug into the back of the landing there. It's jacked up to the moon, and he's hitting it fast. He's skying, and now the pressure moves to young Levi Sherwood.
And Dane down there giving him big applause. Dane, the guy responsible for building this course, and that's a lot of pressure on a guy like Dane, you know. They do a fantastic job of building these courses. They talk to the riders. They make sure the riders are pleased with the courses they're building. But at the end of the day, when these riders go out there, there's a lot of pressure on the guys, Dane and his crew. And, you know, you got to give them kudos. They really do a fantastic job building these courses here.
Levi Sherwood on course. He's going to have to put down the run of his life to overtake a guy that did a double backflip in his run, a mini flip, and a 360 heel clicker. But if anyone can do it, I think Levi could put it down.
And then Heavy going fast at that wall ride, making it clean. I don't think it's safe to say that he would be aiming for a second place here, Levi Sherwood, but I think he would be more than satisfied with that second place as he goes for the turntable, and there's that super can craziness he does.
Wow. The Sherwood can, we should call that, because no one else can get their hips into that position. It's more of a yoga position, 30 feet high in the bike. You know something I'm noticing here, Troy? We're like a minute into his run, and I've not seen Levi get upside down yet. Is he going to do a Brasilia? Oh, here we go. He says, all right, it's time to get upside down. But he waited a whole minute before he got any flip tricks in. Pumping up the crowd, holding that backflip heel clicker like he's getting so good at doing.
I think I got a name for that trick of his. Going over to your yoga reference, exploding flower.
Wow, I don't want to know where you came up with that.
I just don't even go there.
We'll leave it at that. And Levi comes back around, puts the flip levers down.
Says hi to the judges.
Takes a little look, makes eye contact with the judges as he does a nice Shaolin. Goes lazy boy. Little things like grabbing onto the fender like he just did. Don't think the judges don't notice every little thing that he does out there to mix it up, be a little different than his competitors.
But you're right, you know, he has had only one flip trick in this run so far, if I counted correctly, or maybe it was two. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, I think a couple there, but good run from Levi. I'm not a judge anymore here, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say Sheehan is looking very good for his first ever stop at the moment. Wow.
Yeah, you know what, and I think we can definitely be fairly confident that Sheehan is going to go away with the Swatch Best move for this event, no matter what.
No matter what, I think he's got to. Cameron Sinclair brought it hard and brought it early, but unfortunately a slight over rotation, and his shoulder just kind of gave out and split him off the back. We check out a bit of Levi Sherwood here, our last rider of the entire, not of the night, of the season. Can you believe that, Troy?
It went fast. Every 3 weeks we've had an event, and I mean it just went from one event to the other, to the other, to the other. It really was an intense season for the riders. It was an intense season for us as well because it was so quick. It really didn't give a lot of opportunity for these guys to heal up, so you gotta give it to them for the amount of gumption, for lack of a better word, that they put down every time they came out for these events. And I mean, it's been a whirlwind season. 6 events all over the world, fantastic locations. It's always interesting to see what kind of locations they're going to come out with for future events here at the Red Bull Xfighters, and I can't even begin to tell you how looking forward I am to checking this series out next year.
I will be there right with you checking it out here. We wait. And I know Josh Sheehan and Levi Sherwood, they're both down there, and they're waiting.
Danny Torres is also down there. He's over on the hot spot at the moment. They're going to need to call him up on top of the landing ramp where they'll do the awards ceremony for the event here. Danny Torres will get no worse than 3rd place here. And that's plenty of space for him to take the win in the overall. We knew that immediately after he made his way through the quarterfinals. So
he didn't make it by a lot. He needed to get 4th or better, and he got 3rd. So Nate just unfortunately didn't quite get it, but fortunately for Danny Torres, takes home the first ever championship. So yeah, there's going to be a party tonight.
There's going to be a party tonight, and we really have to congratulate Danny for the way that he went down this year and just battled.
Sheehan takes the first one over Levi Sherwood for a variety. Execution. Oh! Sheehan! Is it possible? Red Bull Xfighters Sydney could be won by an Australian rider.
That would be a moment here. Check it out, course use, and they're going to draw it out on this one as well.
Wow!
An Australian winner on Australian soil, even if it is rented soil. And hopefully those guys digging in the Xfighters sign don't get burned at the fireworks that's going on down there.
Wow. That flame is hot.
We're feeling it up here. I can't even imagine what
feet
it's
from
like.
that, and I can still feel it on my face. Sheeny pumped right now. First ever win. 3 appearances this tour, 2/3, and a first. I have a feeling Nate Adams and Danny Torres are going to have a new kid on the block to be paying attention to in the championship run next year.
Well, this is also an important factor because the top 6 guys from this year's overall rating move automatically into next year. And we are going to go down here, and we're going to hear from the man of the day, Josh Sheehan, the winner.